Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Miss Fierce here from the Fierce Trade House. First of all, if this is your first time on my channel, thank you for tuning in. Please do me a favor, like and subscribe and share with anybody you think that might find this information valuable. That being said, this is the weekly analysis. This is the last week of March. Actually, I think March ends on, is it on Wednesday or Tuesday, Kenyan time? So basically, this week is going to be NFP week as well, because Friday is the first Friday of the month, of the next month of April. So I anticipate that we're going to see some volatility, first of all, during this week. NFP week for me is usually a very interesting week. So what we are seeing on the weekly with NAS and generally the indices, we've been really retracing for a while. And then in the last 2 weeks, we kind of saw NAS begin to correct towards the upside. We took some liquidity downside and then we pushed up, okay? And it's very possible that we may continue to see the price go up. We may be targeting the 15,546.2. So I'm actually just anticipating a push up to the 15,572, then possibly a retracement and another push up. So my initial target is basically, let's say, around this zone here. So which could be anywhere between, you know, sorry, let me think. I had a class and I was basically okay. So yeah, so my anticipation is that we're gonna push up, possibly target these levels. We may even push further towards the 16 to 98. Like I said, this is NFP week. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, I just wouldn't be surprised. But I am anticipating that we'll probably, push up, bounce off the 15 to 64 to the 577.6 range, and then possibly just bounce off of that zone, possibly come back and retest this demand zone below here at anywhere from 14,197 all the way to 13,711. We may actually just retest that zone. So I'm anticipating that we will open the market bullish. So that's about, let's see, although we closed the daily on Friday with a bit of an indecision candle. Is this an indecision candle? Kind of, right? So, it could go either way, and understandably we got to a supply zone here. So kind of momentum to the upside kind of tapered out. So we may see a bit of a maybe push down, maybe at this point in time, actually first before we push up. But long term, I'm actually targeting these zones here. So even if we push or we reject, and start possibly maybe shift lower for a time, we are still in bullish, we're still forming bullish structure. We can see this very aggressive bullish move up. We took out previous daily highs here, retested and continued. And despite the way we closed, we may see that rejection happen, possibly come down, retest the maybe even the anywhere from 14,200 to 13,753, and then continue pushing up. So I'm bullish. Okay, I'm bullish right now. I think that there are imbalances upside that price may just decide to break through. And being NFP week, anything is possible. So, but we are definitely at a pretty strong supply zone, so we can anticipate a reaction. But generally, long term, we're bullish. Hopefully, that is clear on NAS, and I'm assuming US 30 looks the same. So let me just clear that. we can see we've taken out liquidity upside, so we may, try and target liquidity downside here, okay, and maybe even shift a bit more to 34,046 level before we continue up. So I am bullish on US 30, but we may retrace maybe on market open before we continue to push up. So I'm bullish on that. Let me look at gold. And gold is gold. So let me just look at the weekly. So yeah, so gold was bullish relatively for quite a couple of weeks, and then 2 weeks ago it started to taper out and retrace kind of just back to previous levels of supply and demand. We are still in bullish formation. I'm seeing like, we got to an interesting zone here. Let me look at the daily. So gold dropped, broke structure. So this is possibly just a retest. We might push up a bit higher, but I'm looking at it and I'm thinking gold, we may see gold begin to taper out. We may see gold begin to taper out and maybe even target the 1866 level. Okay. We may, or just possibly just retest these zones at 1935 before maybe pushing up. But because we really dropped aggressively here, and then we kind of consolidated, tried to push up, and I feel like we just retested our supply level up here, I'm still anticipating that we may see price still continue to retrace. But again, and that's just based off how the market closed on Friday. Okay, so that's why I'm anticipating, because we're at a supply level, I'm anticipating we may try to come back down, take out some more liquidity before we go up. So I'm actually bearish on gold on market open. So let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD. So Euro USD, we can see we pushed up on Friday, but then we closed bearish, and we're still relatively looking bearish. Let me just So weekly is interesting. We're just off of a demand zone. We pushed up, we have retested. I still feel there's room to continue to push up. Okay, maybe about 160 pips. Okay, or we may just continue to push down back into this zone. We may see some consolidation actually. We may see some consolidation. That's on the weekly. Retest of this zone down here is a possibility, okay, on market open. So yeah, but I feel like we're still in this sideways kind of thing going on. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Now let's go to Eurocad. Let me look at another Eurocad. Eurocad is very bearish. Pretty much closed very bearish, and then finally took out this low of 2017. Interesting. I haven't traded Eurocad in a while, like really. So we've kind of like broken as a level here of 2017, the low of 2017, February. I mean, that's been a while. So and this is a very, very bearish structure that has formed on the weekly. So looking pretty bearish. Even if we retrace, I feel like we're looking pretty bearish. Let me look at the daily again, and you can see really strong bearish momentum. So I'm kind of bearish on Eurocad. Let me look at CAD JPY. yeah, explains it, because CAD is very bullish. I mean, it's been very bullish, and I guess it's been a while as well, since since 2015. Literally, CAD hasn't been at this zone. So we have a bit of imbalances on the weekly here. We may continue to push up. We closed very bullish. We may continue to push up, maybe clear that imbalance there and then retest. So that's what I would be looking at. But we've closed very bullish, so I wouldn't be surprised if we continued to push, continue to push up higher. I mean, just look at this move. Real nice breakout out of this zone here. And literally, we cleared this range. Okay, we pushed down, kind of consolidated for a while, took out this level here, and then we just pushed back to structure. So I'm just thinking we'll likely, maybe try and push up, but I feel like we will need to push back down. Okay, that's what I'm anticipating, back to, let's say, 92.998. Okay, at some point. So this for me will be an area of retest. So if you begin to see CAD JPY, begin to give you bearish structure, just know that it's going to be targeting this zone again. But right now, pretty bullish. Let me look at GBP USD. GBP USD is kind of like, so I think we finally got to this level. We didn't quite take out this level. So let me just clear this chart now. We've left some liquidity points here on the daily. Let me see the weekly first. So we got liquidity, pushed up, retested supply level. A bit of a rejection. So GU is looking bearish. Okay, it's still looking bearish. We still have some level. This could just be a retest. So, we may see price kind of push up, then push down rather. We just retested an interesting level that where price just broke down, this level here at 1.31817. And it just looks like we have imbalances upside. So maybe you might consolidate and continue to push up, maybe to clear those imbalances, then continue down. Because we're still kind of, we're still in bear territory, basically, especially when we broke this zone here, when we took out these lows here. This could just be a rejection, maybe try to push up a bit. Sorry, guys, if you hear any background activity, don't mind me. So, like I was saying, we push up, then push down. Okay. Or we may just break down. We may just break down. Okay, so that's GBP USD, GBP Jpy. Wow. Okay, GJ. Okay, so I think yen pairs are looking pretty bullish. Okay, they closed pretty bullish. And what we're looking like, we're just retesting. We've broken highs that haven't been broken in a couple of years, which is just showing us like, wow, this whole war is quite something. So we are seeing price pushed up. We've retested the 2016 supply area. this being on the weekly. Okay, so potential to just keep pushing up, but I'll be looking for a retracement. Okay, I'll be looking for a retracement before we continue up. I'll be looking for a retracement. But we could be targeting the 163.865 level and maybe even higher. We may go all the way to 174.959. Just considering how this move has happened on the weekly, even if we do retrace, I think we are actually in bullish territory. So yeah, I'm bullish on GJ. Let me just look at GBP USD. Again, now that I've looked at Gbp Jpy, we retested a demand zone. Okay, we retested a demand zone here. Let me just get rid of this first. Yeah, we may push up first before we go down. So yeah, I'm still same bias. Okay, so push up, then possibly begin to break down again. So yeah, guys, I think that's it for today. I think I've looked at a couple of pairs. Hopefully this will help you guys this week. But I'll definitely, if I see anything different, I'll definitely maybe post it on the community tab or even on my Telegram group. So yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in as always, and do have a lovely trading week ahead. And happy, because I guess the next time I'll do my weekly analysis. It'll be a brand new month. So please enjoy the last week of the month and have a fantastic NFT week. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.